Hi, Lisa.
Hey Leah, it's nice to see you again and good to catch up now that a couple of weeks have passed since the FOP conference. Um, I'm gathering it's been a busy time with you arriving back from Melbourne, settling in back at home, and processing a lot of the information that you all would have heard. Because I know listening in and doing the conference via Zoom, there was a lot of information from several different speakers. It was a really thorough conference. I want to talk a little bit about. Firstly, we did a couple of episodes talking about FOP and whether or not that's helped spark any interest um, in the community or even the local community from your end.
Yeah, well, true, Lisa. Thanks for having me back on again. It's always good to talk FOP. It's always good talking with you. Um, yeah, I guess it's been a couple of weeks home with our little person, and lots of questions from family and friends and people who knew that we were heading across to Melbourne to the FOP Australia conference. Like I said before, the first one that's happened again in 10 years. So it was great to get over there and meet a lot of families, FOP people. And our little person has come back with some beautiful stories to listen to, just in earshot and sometimes intentional conversations that she'll have, talking about, you know, her experience, her lived experience with meeting others with FOP. And I think, if we guess for those new listeners, FOP is a rare genetic disease condition that affects 1 in 9, well, it's 1 in 900 people. Little one we care for is 1 in 900 little people, or not little people, people in the world diagnosed with FOP, a rare genetic condition where muscle, tendon, and connective tissue turns to bone. There's no known cure, but there is some trials taking place. And we did hear recently from, correct me if I'm wrong here, Lisa, because there's a lot to take in, the Minister for Health, Mark Butler, that the PBS for a drug called palovarotene has been approved, which was a very exciting time over in Melbourne for our FOP community. So anyway, back to our little person. The conversation she's been having is, I met other people with FOP. I have an FOP family. I have people that know about me. It was great. I asked her what it was like, being amongst her FOP, I guess, community, family. And she said 100. And I said, what's 100? She goes, 100% awesome. It was awesome is another word she used, short for awesome. So it was pretty funny to hear her speaking about her experience and the joy that it brought her as well, on the back end of what it is I guess the conversations we're having about the information that we've gained and I guess some of the um, knowledge from others, not just FOP specialists and professionals, but people who are older, who have lived many years with FOP. Yeah, but if anyone did join in and listen to some of the conference seminars and sessions, you would have seen there's a lot of fun and joy, but also a lot of grief and sadness that sits alongside the disease as well. So yeah, we have been having some big conversations.
I found that since we did the first two episodes, that I've had a lot of interest um, from the followers on both of my Facebook pages. Um, but it's also helped start conversations elsewhere in my networks, particularly with people who provide services or medical professionals. Really easy to say to them, have you checked out our YouTube channel and watched our FOP podcasts? I've spoken a bit about the information, and I'm finding that people are really interested once we start talking about it and what does it mean, what does it look like, how rare it is and the need for support to raise awareness, but also to raise funds. So I'm finding that just 2 short episodes of us on YouTube have been really good conversation starters, and people have watched it and messaged me, and I think that's pretty good just for the two of us, just to start some conversations, and hopefully it gets some other people on board.
Yeah, you're right, Lisa. It has been a conversation starter. Now we all love conversation starters, especially when it comes to things that are, I guess, unique and rare and getting, I don't know, not just creating awareness, but just normalization and conversations about a rare condition or a unique situation, whatever that might be. It's humbling, it's comforting. I don't know, feels a bit like a warm hug, really. People are starting to talk about, what is FOP? What was the conference like? What were some of the things you really enjoy? What were the challenges? What's it like being home? Now I want to talk about what it's like being home now. I feel like we left with so many questions and unknowns, and we returned with so many more, but a different kind of, I guess, perspective and not, I guess, knowledge and information and I don't know, a support network that is incredible. So, not I think it's a couple of weeks' time, not this week or the weekend after. There's a City to Bay Fun Run, and FOP are joining in on the City to Bay Fun Run in South Australia, and we have a few runners, a few walkers, but we're all raising money. But not only the money, I think it's the awareness also. So raising money for a rare condition is really hard because obviously you don't have the volume of people out there or the need or the want and I guess the resources to raise money. So there's been some money raised, but there's also creating that awareness by bringing people together to have those conversations. But at the end or the finish line or somewhere along the track, I don't know where yet, but we're going to have a cheer squad for anyone who participates with FOP Australia. On their black top, there's a black top with a transfer, and it's the foot that's sitting behind me with FOP Australia on it. So if you are at the City to Bay Fun Run and you see any of us walking around with FOP Australia on our tops, give us a shout, give us a wave, give us a woohoo, whatever you need to. Just come up and have a chat with us. Yeah, we're trying to get a group of people to cheer on and make some noise and just support our FOP community.
So it would be good if anybody watching and our friends or family, if anybody would like to join us and be part of the cheer squad, and because not everybody can or wants to, I guess, participate in the City to Bay, but maybe they might like to donate even just a few dollars and join in with our group and help cheer and raise some awareness and raise a few dollars at the same time.
Yeah, exactly, Lisa. I think I think from where we are today, there's three FAP people who are going to be part of the cheer squad um, at the City to Bay Fun Run, and a lot of family members and others. Apparently, some have been doing some training, and some others haven't had time to yet. I won't name those people, but we'll see how they get on doing the I think the I don't know, it's 12K run or something like that. But yeah, good on them. Good on for giving it a good crack, give it a good go. It doesn't matter, you know, make it or not. It is about that attempt and that being part of. You did ask me a question, Lisa, that I didn't answer yet. What was it like coming home? And I did say coming home with the information that we have and I guess digesting some of the information, but also to working into and around and with what it is we've learnt about FOP and the trials, the PBS, the approval of the PBS, and I guess it's some choices in the word hope. We just love the word hope. Um, Hope and connection. The connection's been incredible. It's just been meeting up with like national FOP families. It's a real buzz, it's a real noise, and it's always joyful, always fun to chat. I don't know. And I think everything I talk about, I always talk about FOP, but it's nice to have others around us now, not too far away from us, and traveling and talking and rejoicing in how fantastic the FOP conference was.
I I just had a bit of a look, and the I've gone online via the conference link, and I can see that the videos with the speakers are still up there live, and I think they're accessible to all of the public by the way it looks here. Because I'm just currently looking at Professor Kaplan's FOP The Great Wall. So what I'll do is I'll put some of those links into um, the link with the video when we upload it to YouTube, so that anybody interested can have a look at some of the videos. Because I think I said before, I really found Professor Kaplan's really interesting, and for people that haven't seen or heard or unaware of what FOP is, I think his video and presentation was it was really easy for people to understand, and a really good I guess explanation of what FOP looks like.
Yeah, and I reckon Lisa, that I don't think we did touch on very lightly, um, bringing others into our podcast. Now, we talked about it before, it can be like a 10-minute podcast, a 15-minute podcast. I don't be on here for very long, but it'd be great, I think, to get, I don't know, families who have, you know, people in their lives that have FOP, even FOP people themselves, and especially around that buzz of the City to Bay Fun Run, um, and what that means for them to participate, and create awareness. We're new to, I guess, the FOP Australia space, and the face of what it looks like. I know there's a lot of other people with a lot more experience than me. But yeah, I think I agree. I think, let's all get together. I know we did here when I was over in Melbourne. I think I said this before. One of the first people to come up to me and said, "Oh my goodness, I saw you on a YouTube video talking about FOP and the Australia conference." And I'm like, "What? You did?" But it was really, yeah, pretty exciting to famous.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Anybody from FOP, whether it be family, anyone involved with, running FOP Australia, or anybody that wants to come on and talk to us about FOP or anything for that matter, um, it would be good, because unless we talk about it and unless we put it out there, people don't know. Because I remember reading, and we've spoken about it before, that whilst there might be 800 or 900 people in the world with FOP, they're the ones that are actually diagnosed with it, aren't they? But they have no idea how many people might be out there undiagnosed, um, even possibly at risk, wouldn't they? Because if you're not diagnosed with FOP, you don't know what it is that you need to do to keep yourself safe.
Lisa, listen to you. You've become an expert in FOP. You're so good. It's right. You're right, though. You're right. It is, it's an interesting, rare, um, undiagnosed, it can be go undiagnosed, and that is a huge risk to people with FOP, because they start doing things like biopsies and special tests and interventions that we would not be recommended for a person with FOP. When you have FOP, I guess to do little is to do more, to preserve and protect the muscle and the tendon connective tissue is one of the most important things, to do with a person who has FOP. So being undiagnosed, you definitely and absolutely at risk of trauma, which then exacerbates the condition and can turn that soft muscle into bone. So definitely and absolutely, early diagnosis, detection, and support and knowledge is empowering for a person with FOP and their families. As hard as it is, I don't know, it's it's in it's I don't even know how to say the words. It's empowering is what it is. But yes, I mean, we talk about it some more and we find another person or people with FOP and we bring them into our family and our community and we support them and care for them and ensure that they get the right treatment and care for their rare condition.
Do you want to mention uh, what the signs of FOP can look like?
Yeah, I can do that. So if you look at the little picture behind me, FOP Australia and the toes, so there's a little common saying that I heard that really resonated with me was a bent big toe, B in the know, a sign for FOP. So one of the characteristics of FOP is a unusual or malformed big toe on both feet. They can be shortened, bent, an unusual shape. That is one characteristics. And then any kind of nodes or bony formations or swellings or like almost some people say they look like a little tumor on the body can then be part of I guess recognizing that perhaps that could be FOP. Um, but yeah, early detection, they just I don't know, it's bent big toe, be in the know, was one of the first things I learned. And if you do look at the IFOPA, International FOP Australia website, IFOPA, there's really clear, there's pictures on there and a very clear description of what FOP does look like. Mm.
And is it true that not all FOP people are diagnosed at birth or at really young age?
Yeah, correctly. So, FOP diagnosis can be at any age from, in utero and birth when they're born with FOP. I know of little people or infants who have been born with FOP. I know of people who have been diagnosed when they're 20 and others later in life. There's also what's called an FOP variant, which is, so what it is, a variant of FOP. There's classic FOP and variant FOP. Yeah, it can range from birth to much later in life. But I'm not an expert on that information. I'd love to hear from others about their experiences. I'm only speaking from a person without FOP, and like I said, I'm really new into the FOP world. So yeah, true though, that is true.
So back to the City to Bay.
Hmm.
So it's a fundraiser.
It is. It
Um, how can people donate to you? Like so everybody's got their own fundraising campaign going. So how can somebody donate to you
is.
for FOP?
Okay, they can donate to me on my Facebook page. That's Leah Terry. You'll see again the FOP symbol above me. But if you go onto FOP Australia, I know they have a page. FOP Australia have a page, and you can donate directly to there if you don't want to donate to a person. Forget $5, $2. I don't know what the minimum is, but the one, the two, the fives, the tens, the more or go directly to FOP. It is not, it's directly fundraising for the cause and to help, I guess, connect and find a cure to do things like this, create the t-shirts, the signs, the awareness, advocacy, support. And I do know, and I don't know the dollar, but I know that FOP Australia raises very little money in a year, very little money. And that is because it is a rare condition and, getting it out there and getting people to, support a very good cause is pretty hard. But yeah, I know, bring on the fun run, bring on the sunshine for the fun run and the people.
Right, so maybe we will see if perhaps we can get somebody else to come on next time and talk with us, and perhaps check in after the City to Bay and see how everybody went in the City to Bay, and hopefully we have a good sized cheer squad established on the sidelines, and we can raise a few dollars for FOP.
Yeah, I think so, Lisa. I will, maybe we can do a Zoom prior to and then after. Let's see. Let's see. We'll check in with some people. That'd be good. Thanks for having me on again, Lisa, and talking FOP and championing our community.
Thanks, Leah.
Bye.